Hey everyone, I had a great meeting this morning and I want to share with you some of the insights I had. I talked to a really cool designer this morning and we're talking about how to create more consistency in your business. And I said to him, one of the big ideas around that is getting more work from your existing clients. But his situation was that a lot of the clients he works with are startups. Now, if you're a designer, you can probably relate. You might be doing small one-off jobs for startups, for new businesses who need a little bit of branding work done, maybe a basic website. And you think, well, I've done this one job. They don't need me for anything else right now because that's all they need me for, right? But here's the thing. There's huge opportunities out there for us to get more growth in our business, to get more consistency. And the way to do that is just put simply, be consistent. See, what you need to be thinking is, in this situation, you've got a tree, right? At my house, we've got 3 trees that we planted about 2 years ago, and they're still pretty small, but they're starting to get bigger now. What you got to be thinking is sometimes the things you're doing now, right? So that might be marketing stuff you're doing, it might be sales activities, it might be going to networking events, it might be joining referral groups, making new connections in your network. That stuff's not going to create a tree overnight. But what you'll find is the best businesses out there who have the most consistent revenue, they do one thing. They're consistent with what they do. And the best design businesses, the best creative businesses, right? They understand the importance of planting seeds, all right? Because in this instant, you might plant 1 seed today, and you might plant another 2 seeds tomorrow, and then you might add a bit of water, and then a couple more seeds, add a bit of water, and all of a sudden, it might be 6 months or a year from now, you've got 1 tree, you've got 2 trees, you've got 3 trees. And if you want to think about it in the sense of my analogy, a tree could be a client, it could be a project, whatever that might be for you. Now I'm gonna ground this in a minute, but what I want to get you thinking about is being consistent with your business development stuff, whether that be sales activities, marketing activities. Now may not pay off for you right now, and you may be going yourself, I want to put that stuff off because I'd rather be doing some creative work, or I'll do that tomorrow, or I've got enough work right now. But here's the deal: if you don't plant the seed, if you don't plant a seed today, then you're not going to have a tree in 6 months' time. If you take one day off and go, I'm not going to do anything on marketing today, anything on sale, or even a week, I'm not going to do any sales stuff or any marketing stuff this week because at the moment I'm busy, right? At the moment I'm busy and I've got work I need to do, so I'm just going to neglect that. Then in 6 months' time, that's 1 less tree you're going to have. So just to really kind of ground this a wee bit more for you guys, coming back to my story at the start, I'm thinking about my friend who's he's working with startups, right? He's planted a seed with them now, right? So he's gone, all right, I've done 1 job for you, I've done a logo, right? And that's great. So that's the seed. That's a good seed to have, right? Because you've got some trust with the client, you've sold them something, and they've already kind of bought into you and gone, yes, that designer's done a great job for me, right? But that's only 1 seed, and what you need to be thinking is, how can I water that seed? Because if I water that seed, I water that seed, eventually that seed's going to turn into a tree, right? Because here's the deal: if you're working with smaller companies and doing one-off jobs, those smaller companies aren't going to be one-off jobs forever. Those companies, those businesses, a percentage of them are going to grow, and a percentage of them, if you water them, will need another job, and then another job, and then they tell them their friends, who tell their friends, and you got another job. I think I need to work on my analogy a bit more, but I hope you're getting hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here. Your seeds that you're planting today with your clients, you need to water them. You need to keep in touch with your clients. You need to create consistency around your marketing, which is keeping you front of mind with your clients, around your sales activities, which is bringing in new clients, but also managing your existing clients, because those small jobs you're doing now will eventually become large jobs in the future if you take good care of them. Those small clients now will eventually be the clients that come back to you every year, every 2 years, whatever it might be. And all of a sudden, you might only have 5 clients now, but you've been taking care of them. So you might say, well, I've only done 5 clients this quarter, but then you do another 5 in the next quarter, another 5 in the next quarter, another 5 in the next quarter. All of a sudden, you've got 20 clients. And then that starts to stack. And then in 3 years' time, you're still doing 5 clients in that quarter, but then you also have the work from those 5 clients from the previous year. I hope this is making sense to you. What I'm saying is you need to be growing your client base. And if you're sitting there going, I've got enough work now and I rely on word of mouth and I rely on just leads and that's all I'm doing, I'm not taking care of my existing clients, I'm not creating communication rhythm, I'm not offering my clients more products, then what you're at risk of is actually going, like, in a year's time, I haven't kept in touch with those clients and they've gone to somebody else. I haven't nurtured those clients. I haven't watered those clients, and they've gone to somebody else. So I guess my big idea for you guys today is, if you're just getting started, or you're working with smaller companies, or you want more consistency in your business, what you really got to think about is going, how can I take better care of my existing clients? How can I grow and nurture my existing clients? Because what you'll find, and this happens with so many of the clients that we work with, they start small and they've got a very small customer base. But eventually that base starts to grow, because what they do is they look after their existing clients who come back to them again. And then they get another round of clients, they look after them and they come back to them again. And all of a sudden, they've created a business where they don't have to go out and sell as much. They don't have to do as much marketing. All they get to do is spend their time on the creative work they want to do, because they've got so much word of mouth coming in, so much repeat business coming in. They've got consistency and they're not struggling so much. So I hope that makes sense, guys. The big idea here is all these small jobs you're doing now, you're planting seeds, all right? All these interviews you're having with clients, all these interactions you're having with potential clients, you're planting seeds. So if you do nothing else, just think about, how can I create the best experience for my client? And on top of that, how can I keep in touch with them? How can I stay in front of them so when the next job comes up, they're ready for me? You need to be thinking about planting seeds now that you're not going to see results from right away, but eventually you will. We're starting a brand new group called Creative Growth in July. It's going to be an amazing group. We're getting together a bunch of creatives to brainstorm and actually work on a plan to grow their businesses. So if you want to know more about that, just PM me with the words growth. Have an awesome day. Peace out, and I'll see you later. Bye.